This is MaxAnimate 1 with the Weekly Mirror. Good afternoon, and welcome to the Weekly Mirror, your trusted source engaging stories, and a comprehensive overview of the week's most important events in 15 minutes. We start off with our top headline. Bangladesh's former Prime Minister has been sentenced to death for crimes against humanity over her crackdown on student-led protests which led to her ousting, a decision that reverberates through the political landscape of the country and raises questions about the future of governance and justice in the region. Sheikh Hasina was found guilty of allowing lethal force to be used against protesters, with a staggering toll of 1,400 lives lost during the unrest last year, a grim statistic that underscores the severity and brutality of the government's response to dissent. The protests, which began as a call for greater democracy and accountability, snowballed into a nationwide movement that shook the foundations of her long-standing rule. Hasina, 78, was tried in absentia by the International Crimes Tribunal (ICT) in Bangladesh, having been exiled in India since she was forced from power in July 2024, a political exile that has become a symbol of the turbulent state of Bangladesh democracy.
For all these three counts, we have decided to inflict her with only one sentence, that is sentence of death.
It was the moment that Sheikh Hasina was sentenced to death as the public cheered as the politicians tried to make them sit down. Sheikh Hasina was in absentia. According to a recent statement released by Physicians for Human Rights Israel, PHRI, disturbing statistics reveal that a total of no fewer than 94 Palestinian prisoners and detainees have tragically lost their lives while in Israeli custody within a span of less than 2 years. This grave revelation has prompted the organization to shine a critical spotlight on what it perceives as a distressing pattern of systematic killings and cover-ups occurring within the Israeli prison system. The comprehensive report issued by PHRI is meticulously researched and covers the time frame from October 7, 2023, a significant date marked by the onset of a grave escalation in violence after Hamas launched a devastating attack on Israel, subsequently triggering the latest round of conflict in Gaza, up until August 31, 2025. These distressing findings starkly contrast with the relatively lower number of fatalities recorded in Israeli custody over the preceding decade, where fewer than 30 Palestinian individuals are reported to have met untimely deaths while detained. The stark increase in fatalities over this condensed timeframe has stirred significant concern and calls for thorough investigation into the circumstances surrounding these tragic occurrences within the Israeli prison system, underscoring an urgent need for accountability and transparency to ensure justice for the victims and their families. Ukrainian officials have tragically reported that a devastating Russian missile and drone attack struck 2 blocks of flats in the western city of Ternopil, resulting in the loss of at least 26 lives, with 3 of the victims being innocent children. The aftermath of this ruthless strike saw an additional 93 individuals sustained injuries, among them 18 children, in what has been described as one of the deadliest assaults seen in the region since Russia commenced its full-scale invasion back in February 2022. The Ukrainian Air Force later confirmed that the residential buildings were targeted by Russian X-101 cruise missiles, amplifying the already profound devastation inflicted upon the community. The heart-wrenching impact of this brutal attack serves as a stark reminder of the indiscriminate violence and senseless loss of life that has characterized this conflict, underscoring the urgent need for a resolution to end the suffering and restore peace to the region. The first official release of data concerning the U.S. job market in several weeks unveiled a surprisingly positive trend in hiring following a lackluster period over the summer months. In a noteworthy turn of events, employers managed to create 119,000 new job opportunities during the month of September, a figure that exceeded the predictions of many economic analysts by more than double. However, there was a slight increase in the unemployment rate, despite the robust job growth, as it rose from 4.3% to 4.4%, as indicated by the latest figures from the Labor Department. This unexpected uptick in hiring provides a glimmer of hope for the labor market, offering a more optimistic outlook in contrast to the subdued expectations that had lingered in recent times. The surge in job creation not only exceeded forecasts but also captured the attention of various experts and stakeholders, sparking discussions on potential factors contributing to this sudden improvement. As the labour landscape continues to evolve amidst ongoing challenges, the release of this data serves as a crucial marker in assessing the overall health and vitality of the U.S. economy, bringing into focus the complexities and nuances inherent in the realm of employment trends. With changing dynamics shaping the job market, the positive momentum displayed in the latest report signifies a potential shift towards a more resilient and dynamic employment landscape, signaling potential opportunities for growth and recovery in the foreseeable future. During the emotionally charged discussion on International Men's Day, Josh Newberry, a dedicated member of the Labour Party, bravely revealed a deeply personal and traumatic experience that occurred nearly 10 years ago. In a candid admission that aimed to shatter the prevailing silence and taboo surrounding sexual assault against men, the courageous MP recounted the horrifying chain of events that unfolded during a night out in a city far from home. As the debate progressed, Newberry mustered up the courage to recount how he had ventured into the unfamiliar city's nightlife, only to find himself in a bewildering and vulnerable situation after consuming alcohol to the point of unconsciousness. The MP's harrowing story revealed that he awoke in his hotel room the next morning, shockingly discovering another man lying next to him, serving as a haunting testament to the dreadful reality of sexual assault. With unwavering determination and a resolute voice, Newberry's urgent call to action resonated throughout the chamber as he implored his fellow colleagues and society as a whole to dismantle the pervasive stigma and misconceptions surrounding male victims of sexual violence. His raw and unfiltered testimony served as a poignant reminder of the courage it takes to confront traumatic experiences and demand a more compassionate and understanding approach to supporting survivors of assault. In the aftermath of his revelation, there was a palpable shift in the atmosphere of the debate as Newberry's words echoed and lingered, leaving a profound impact on all those present. The gravity of his experience hung heavily in the air, evoking a sense of empathy and solidarity from his peers who listened intently, their expressions ranging from disbelief to somber understanding. The bravery displayed by Newberry in disclosing his trauma opened the floodgates for a candid discussion on the often overlooked issue of sexual violence against men, igniting a wave of introspection and calls for action within the political realm. As the hours passed and the discussion delved deeper into the complexities of addressing and supporting male survivors, Newberry's unwavering resolve to advocate for change remained unwavering. His impassioned pleas for increased awareness, education, and support mechanisms reverberated across party lines, transcending political divides to underscore the universal importance of fostering a culture of compassion and empowerment for all victims of sexual violence. The revelations shared by Newberry served as an undeniable catalyst for broader conversations and policy initiatives aimed at dismantling harmful stereotypes and advocating for survivor-centric approaches to addressing sexual assault. In the days following his disclosure, Newberry found himself inundated with messages of support and solidarity, both from within the political sphere and from members of the public who were moved by his courage. The ripple effect of his testimony extended far beyond the walls of the parliamentary chamber, prompting a national dialogue on the urgent need for comprehensive reform in how society perceives and responds to male victims of sexual violence. Newberry's willingness to confront his trauma head-on and demand accountability from those in power sparked a wave of advocacy and activism, inspiring others to step forward and speak their truths in the pursuit of justice and healing.
International Men's Day should be an opportunity to smash through stigma. Breaking silence can mean those of us in privileged positions telling our stories. Around 10 years ago, I went on a night out in an unfamiliar city with a group of friends. I was very conscious not to overdo it because if I got separated from the group, I wanted to be able to find my way back to the hotel. The next morning, I woke up with the worst headache I've ever had. The man I was sharing the hotel room with commented that he had a great night, but that I'd overdone it a bit and needed to be looked after. That didn't seem to tally with me being determined to pace myself, but what followed in the days after was constant text messages from this man, repeatedly asking what I remembered and commenting that I was a great shag. Now that made me freeze because I had no recollection of getting back to the hotel, let alone anything else. Obviously, I cut myself off from contact, but it took me a long time to admit, even to myself, that I was a victim of rape.
National Lottery results. Lotto, 9, 11, 14, 43, 49, 59, and the bonus ball is 35, jackpot is £3.9 million. Euro Millions, 17, 19, 29, 35, 48, And the two lucky stars are 5 and 9, the jackpot is £131 million. The UK Millionaire Maker code is HVFV 75870. Congratulations if you have just become a millionaire. Thunderball, 7, 10, 17, 21, 30, and the Thunderball is 5. Jackpot is £500,000. You can check the results on the official National Lottery website. And now the weather for the week ahead.
As we transition into the new week ahead, it is important to take note of the comprehensive weather forecast specifically for Monday, which outlines an intriguing mix of conditions that we will experience throughout the day. We can expect to see a range of cloud cover, indicating that while there will be significant cloudiness in the sky, there will also be intermittent moments of sunshine that may briefly illuminate the landscape. In addition to this variation in cloudiness, there is the possibility of rain moving in from the north at various intervals during the day, which could contribute to an ever-changing atmosphere. By the conclusion of Monday, particularly in the northeast regions, it is anticipated that the rainfall will intensify, potentially leading to accumulating precipitation. Moreover, there is a chance that we may encounter wintry precipitation in the form of snow or icy conditions. This is especially pertinent for those areas situated at higher elevations, where temperatures may dip low enough to support such weather phenomena. Looking ahead to the subsequent days, specifically from Tuesday through Thursday, we will observe some significant transformations in the weather patterns. On Tuesday, a high-pressure system is projected to establish itself over the area, which typically results in dry and predominantly sunny conditions across most locations. The warm, inviting sunshine will be a welcome change, providing a refreshing reprieve after the cooler and wetter weather we have experienced recently. This presents a wonderful opportunity for individuals and families to partake in outdoor activities and enjoy the beauty of nature. However, as we progress into Wednesday, we can anticipate a dramatic shift in these conditions. A front that is forecasted to bring wet and windy weather will make its way into our area, indicating that the pleasant respite from the rain will be short-lived. Consequently, we should prepare for not only increased rainfall but also noticeably stronger winds. This combination of weather elements will generate a dynamic and lively scene in the sky, serving as a powerful reminder of nature's force and variability. By the time we reach Thursday, the forecast indicates that we will likely experience predominantly cloudy skies accompanied by breezy conditions, suggesting a continuation of the unsettled weather that has characterized the week.
And that was this week's Weekly Mirror. We will be back on Sunday at 4 p.m. right here on MaxAnimate 1. The next news will be the MaxAnimate news at 5:45. Have a good evening.